Genshin Impact is a shitty anime gambling simulator. That's all you need to know about it to enjoy this video. So I have played Genshin Impact for a bit. Like years ago, I played it every day and I had fun playing it. But after Sumeru came out, I just quit. I know I have been clean for at least a year, so yeah. Trust me, bro, you can beat your addictions. If I can beat my Genshin Impact addiction, you can stop smoking. But anyway, we're not talking about the game itself. We are talking about its character designs. And some recent drama/controversy that has been sparked by their skin tones. You see, Genshin Impact takes place in a world that's meant to be big, sprawling, and diverse. We've got a Europe-themed location called Mondstadt, a Chinese-inspired location, Liyue, a Japan-inspired location called Inazuma, and a Middle East-themed location, Sumeru. Now, a new area is about to release, Natlan, which is apparently based on South America. Now, this concept of a sprawling world with differing cultures and such is very intriguing. The actual execution is rather lacking. Let's just take a look at these characters. You notice anything? They're all pale as fuck. This has been a common complaint among the Genshin Impact community. Believe me, I was in the trenches. For years, the fandom has been complaining about this. Why are all the characters paper white? Why are none of them dark-skinned? Come on, Sumeru is based on the Middle East. That's how things were for a long time. But usually the response was something like, oh, just wait for Natlan. Then we'll have plenty of dark-skinned characters because it's based on the South Africa or South Asia, whatever. Because we didn't really know what it was going to be based on. But now that Natlan is coming, nothing has changed. Every single character is pale. That's the thesis of this video. I am not here to redesign any characters, I am not here to do any of that. I am here to prove that every single Genshin Impact character is pale. Because I have seen a lot of coping from the fandom. I have seen a lot of people say, no, this character is actually dark, no. Actually, Genshin Impact does have a few dark characters. It does not. I have come here to show you why I came to this conclusion, and I'm also going to give you some tips on how to color dark skin. Because some of these designs are just fucking atrocious. Here we are. We have some supposedly dark-skinned characters here. We have Kaeya, Xinyan, and Candice. Now, well, when we look at them in isolation like this, do you notice anything about them? Let's pick some of their skin colors for reference, okay? These bitches are not dark. Now, why does the Genshin Impact community think that they are dark? It's because every other character is literally white, paper white, ivory, milk, etc. Now, some helpful people on the internet have compiled all of the Genshin Impact characters' skin tones. Now, this is a pretty old picture, so not every single new character is going to be on it, but let's be honest, it doesn't make much of a difference. Look at this bullshit! Oh my god! Okay, here we have it. Can you see it? Every single character, practically every single character, is paper white. Look at that! That's the color I would use to draw like an eye white. Oh my goodness! They are literally not even dark. It's just that when you compare them to the rest of the characters, they look dark in comparison because they're not paper white. You might think, Joanna, this is hyperbole. They are clearly dark. You are just gaslighting us. Well, luckily we have a scientific test to prove that they are definitively not dark. Because my friend, dear Mika, he invented the Gregson test. This is Gregson. There he is. Now, you don't need to know who Gregson is. He's just a random Ace Attorney character. Even I don't really know who he is, but I still love him. Because he is a white British man. Now keep that in mind. We take Gregson, we put him in the corner, and we take one of those previously shown quote-unquote dark-skinned characters. Here we go. We have Candice and her skin tone. It's like a little antenna, that's really funny. Now, in the next step for the Gregson test, we take Gregson's skin tone. Here we go. And then we connect them. Now that we compare them, we can see that Candice is not much darker than Gregson. I would say that she passes the test barely. You know, she's a little bit tan. Let's give her C rank, I would say. Not the darkest, but not the worst either. Now, with the Gregson test, I have been able to determine some of the other characters' skin tones too. Like, look at Kaeya here. This is fucking outrageous. Look at that. Down below, you see the little black and white blotches. They are the same colors except in black and white, so that you can really see the value difference. The incredibly minute value difference. You see, the color that Kaeya is, it's less dark than the shading on his neck. Now I also have an example of an actually dark-skinned character here. Here we have Muhammad Avdol from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. As you can see, he passes the test with flying colors. He's very much a black man from Egypt. Just look at this guy, perfect. Here we see the difference between an actual dark-skinned character and a character that's not even dark. See the difference? Now let's do the Gregson test to the other characters, just for fun. I'm going to flash them on screen for you. Now, I do have one more complaint about dark-skinned characters in Genshin Impact. And honestly, other anime games like it. Now, Xinyan is probably the darkest. But look at her skin. It's weirdly desaturated, it's ashy. Why is this? Why do they draw them like this? And this is actually a pretty common issue in like anime art. When artists draw dark-skinned characters, they don't actually draw dark-skinned characters, they draw them gray. Just look at this guy from Honkai Impact. My man is like gray. What is this? Why is he gray? So, how should we color the skin? How should we actually do this? Let's gather some references first, okay? Let's get some actual people of color in here. Okay, here we go. We got quite a variety here. We have a black man, an Indian guy, a Latina woman, and an Aboriginal woman also. Now, it's very difficult to color pick from actual photos because there's like 100 billion different shades. But just by looking at the images, what do we see? Exactly, they are not literally ash colored. Let's take a look at the little color picker on the top there. This is a pretty standard skin tone I would use to color a light-skinned character. Now, if I wanted to turn this into a dark skin color, I don't do this. This is not how you make a dark skin color. Look at that, it's nasty, it's gross. What I instead do, while I make it darker, I also make it more saturated. Look at that! That's a lot nicer already. And if I wanna, I can also shift the hue. Let's say I want more reddish complexion. There, see? That color right there could be used for someone who is very dark-skinned, like the Aboriginal woman. Yeah, see? Doesn't this one look a lot more appealing than this? Exactly. Now this right here is just a funny little experiment I wanna do. I'm going to take one of my most dark-skinned OCs, right here. His name is Amaryllis. I am going to color him in with a Genshin Impact character skin tone. Man, I was trying to find a filter so I wouldn't have to blush him like manually, but I guess we have to do that. How do I even pick a blush for this color? It's rancid. He looks like raw chicken, what the fuck? This is terrible, oh my god. He looks severely anemic. Look how they massacred my boy. Let's grab this one. Maybe it's a bit more dark, okay? Oh my god. What the fuck is this? He looks like he's been like frolicking around in volcanic ash. This is terrifying. Okay, now let's do the opposite. Let's try and color in a Genshin Impact character with his skin tone. I think this might be the closest match we can get right now, but we can work with it. Hey! Hey! That's pretty darling, actually. Look at her. Now let's look at the original. Oh my god. Just look at that. She was pale as fuck. So yeah, your dark-skinned characters, they ain't dark. They ain't dark at all.
Killer fish truth, San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. Killer fish truth, San Diego, San Diego, San Diego.